And also, like I was saying, it's really a trip how the rates just fluctuate based on the performance of other people and how they out here performing in their trucks, driving crazy, causing accidents. It's accidents like this.
Oh my God.
Alright, we got the two people in here. Is this truck driver? Don't pull him out. Could be injured. Yeah. Alright.
Oh my God.
Don't move him.
YouTube, what's good with y'all? It's your man Gip, back with another video, back with another trucking vlog. Just waking up early here, man. Still in Kansas City, grinding, doing my stuff, truck lifing, grinding it out, you know, one day at a time. And just want to drop this quick video on you guys. Want to have a conversation with you as far as trucking insurance. I'm sure this is something that we all can relate to, especially for true owner operators. When you out here running under your own authority, it's crazy. It seems like, you know, that's something that would always be super troubling to me when it came down to renewal time once a year. And it's such a pain dealing with these insurance companies. You know, it's funny how when you get towards your premium on your policy expiration date, how you start getting all these emails and calls from different insurance companies soliciting their companies, trying to get your business, trying to get you to sign on with them and use them as an agent broker to get your trucking insurance in place. And you know, ever since I've been back in the trucking industry and running under my own authority, that has been the most painful in the butt stuff that I had to deal with every year. When I first had got started in trucking, I kind of like wanted to fast track my success, and I had hired a company, third-party company, who did all my filings, got all my DOT and MC numbers, and they basically set the whole company up for you so you don't have to be jumping through all those hurdles and hoops that you're unfamiliar with. But as time went on, I did say to myself I had to buckle down and learn how to do this stuff myself, as far as filing 2290s tax, the highway heavy use tax you got to file every year just to be able to get your IRP. Finally took it upon myself to call IRP, the International Registration Program for the state of California, to find out all the necessary steps and everything that I need to fill out on all their documents to be doing my own renewals every year. But this video is specifically going to be talking about trucking insurance. I thought, you know, all the time the whole goal was to get with Progressive to have as your insurance provider. I thought they were like top tier, which they are. But believe it or not, man, they had you know, it's my renewal time right now. They, long story short, they tried to go up on my insurance 110%, man. Last year, I think with them, my policy for the year was about 20 grand. Fast forward to the renewal for this year, those people tried to tell me 43 grand, man. That's crazy. That would have pretty much put me out of business. I'm not going to be out here driving no truck to just pay trucking insurance. But later on in the video, I will explain how eventually I end up finding a much better company to deal with, who gave me an excellent rate, who made me feel just right at home with them as soon as I got on the phone with the young lady. And yeah, I'm in good hands now. It's like the company, the broker that I was using before meeting this lady, Jessica Rush, over at 10-4 Insurance. The other brokers, it seemed like that was one of their tactics, just holding me hostage and keeping me like holding my breath. They would always do my renewal and come back with an excellent rate, the broker that I had now, but I just didn't like the communication. Everything was done through email. It was hard to get them on the phone to talk and ask questions about changing certain things on the policy to try to save a guy a couple dollars, because that is very costly, especially me being domiciled in the state of California. And it all depends on where you garage and your equipment at. And just California, we just got so much going against us being from that state. From truck parking to fuel to all this nonsense that, what's his name, Newsom, the governor of the state, you know, him and Trump is bumping heads and clashing about a lot of different things. This guy with this crazy accident down there in Florida just so happened to be coming out of California. So I spoke on that with you guys a little bit in my last video, how, you know, it just got me on edge out here, and it should have all drivers on edge, but really primarily you're around here riding around with these California tags. And you know, I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but y'all know what I mean. But as far as trucking insurance, yeah, that's what this one is gonna be about. And I'll tap back in with you guys, man. I'm about to go up inside the Petro, freshen up real quick, see what they coffee is hitting on this morning, and we'll jump right into today's vlog. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, show your boy some thumbs up love, and let's get right into it.
Subscribe now.
Guess I better stop playing around and get these loose leaf log pages. 31 duplicate sets. Yes, that's all I need is one of these right here. In case I get asked about it again, I will have it. Okay, so I'm freshened up, back out on the highway, about to head over here to this little lounge of mine and hang out before I pick up my load. Got quite a few hours before I am set to arrive at the shipper. But yeah, it's really cool how I even found out about 10-4 truck insurance. The power of social media is something else, as we all know. Few of my content creators on YouTube that I watch. The first person I seen talking about it, I believe, was Zeke Dog. Then stumbled across Grinding Gears channel. He was putting the company out there a lot as well. And then most recent, another guy just, you know, started keeping up with Fidel Trucking on YouTube. He had actually made a video with the young lady Jessica Rush, and they were talking about the insurance company 10-4. And long story short, man, I went on and gave the people a call after I got that bomb dropped on me from Progressive, come sending me a letter talking about the renewal is going to be $43,000, and ain't no way, man. So I called them immediately, put a stop payment on any automatic drafts that they was taking from my account. Couldn't sleep all night. Couldn't wait till the sun come up the next morning to get Jessica on the phone to try to get me a better quote from 10-4 truck insurance. It happened really fast. I think it was either that day or the next morning. No, it was later on that day. She sent it over to underwriting. They got back at me. They got back to me with an excellent quote of $18,500 for the whole year. Now, I know that sounds crazy, yeah, but that is the cost of trucking insurance. You know, like I say, from being from the state of California now, people that's running under their own authorities from other states where the liability is not that great, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper. And also the three guys that I mentioned, they all over there working with Landstar leased on, and I don't know how they go about setting up insurance for truck drivers being an owner operator when you're leased on with another company. So a lot of you guys probably already know this. I'm just sharing this information with people who always email me and are asking me certain questions about this and about that and the insurance and getting a new license and trying to become an owner operator. Like most recent, one guy reached out to me and I told him it's all fine and dandy with you pursuing wanting to be an owner operator and getting your own truck, but you got to put in like at least 2 years of, just look at it like an initiation as working for a company before these insurance companies will even consider giving you trucking insurance. So a lot of people don't be knowing that. Now I see why when you reach out to a lot of these companies, for those of you who may be searching to get a truck driving job, the companies that you can go to are very limited. That is because they self-insured and they got their own policies in place. But trying to go work with a smaller company is pretty much going to be next to impossible. And if you did jump out there with a new license and go get you a truck and try to start your own authority, being an owner-operator, you probably will be paying upwards of 30, 40 grand a year, even if they work with you just to have trucking insurance. And with the way the rates are today, that's not even fathomable or would even be cost effective to do. So I ended up reaching out to Jessica. Underwriting got me an excellent quote, man. Went on and signed all the paperwork. I did take the steps of doing all this much early and didn't wait till the last minute until my policy expired. So as far as my registration and my insurance, I did all that 2 months ahead of time before the stuff expires. My registration is in place to just keep running for the next year, 2026 fiscal year, and my insurance is set in place for 2026 fiscal year with 10-4 truck insurance. I'm so happy that I found out about them. I've been looking at these guys, talk about them for a long time, but I try to stay loyal to the people that I started with, the young ladies that were helping me with my policies and premiums. Since I started my own authority, was coming back with the best premiums by far, all the way up until they got me in bed with Progressive, and these people done went up crazy, man. Like I say, up to $43,000 a year. Nobody can afford that. But yeah, we out here on the road, truck life, and I probably got about another 40 miles before I'm back into the Kansas city limits. And yeah, I'm gonna rap with you guys some more once I get to my destination, trying to keep my eye on the road, man. You see the way some of these guys just stay piled up on top of each other, and that's like, you know, all the accidents and the way these truck drivers is out here tearing stuff up. That's one of the reasons why a lot of these companies go up on other people's premiums, due to the fact of them trying to, I guess, make up some of the money for all the claims that they have settled. And I think that's so crazy and jacked up how other people like me and you, who may not have any accidents on your record and got a clean driving record and not out here getting tickets, have to pay and deal with the fact of your premium going up when it's time for your renewal, just based off others people reckless driving. That's another thing that I really liked about signing up with 10-4 truck insurance, how your premium and your payment will never change. Now, I'm sure it would change if you out here getting tickets and talking on the texting and texting on the phone while driving. There's certain things that will make your policy go up, but you know, just to have your premium change by way of what other drivers is out here doing is insane. That was one of the reasons why Progressive actually tried to go up on my policy. I had got into an accident in my car, not in my truck, a not at fault accident. Somebody rear-ended me from the back, and believe it or not, that still goes on your driving record, guys. If you got a commercial license, anything that you do in your regular vehicle will reflect you on your commercial license. So if you out here trying to be an owner operator when it's insurance time, if you're not with the right company like 10-4 Insurance, you're gonna pay for it severely. For the life of me, I couldn't understand how a not at fault accident has me going through the whole heavy-headedness of not being able to get a good premium by way of somebody else's mistake. So that's just the way these insurance companies operate. I asked Jessica about it. She said she does not know why it goes like this, but I'm so happy that I finally found an insurance, a trucking insurance home over there at 10-4 truck insurance, to where I don't have to worry about that every year when it's time to renew. Like she said, when it's time to renew, it's no down payments. You just merely keep paying your monthly payment. We issue you a new certificate and everything just keeps flowing and rolling. So I've mastered the registration. I finally got in bed, like I say, with an excellent trucking insurance company. And now I could just rest a little bit more assured every 12 months at time for renewal. Because I'm telling you, if you're owner operator and you're running your own authority, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like pulling tooth and nail, man. Just getting the calls and, like I say, holding your breath, seeing how much you're gonna have to pay every month just to be able to stay out here and work. As soon as you get any type of lapse in your insurance, the FMCSA, you start getting those notice letters from them where they talking about canceling your authority, and you don't want to have to deal with that, trying to get it reinstated and all of that. So that's another reason why I have learned to get started on any renewals a good 60 days out. I love that. 60 days out where everything is set in stone and put in place. So when your current stuff expires, the new stuff just takes in effect. I'm gonna have to start taking the long route around, because these damn trains, I had to get on the other side of these tracks to where I'm going, and that sucker's just sitting there. He ain't even moving at all, man. Start taking the other route to get over here to my lounge, because this be ridiculous waiting on these trains. No, one thing, I've got a lot better with maneuvering around this city, at least to the places and streets, to the facilities that I frequent a lot. These little tricky corners, man, they got that stop sign. It's like a stop sign, they'll just come burrowing through. Always stop just to be safe, man. It's crazy, like I say, how you go through the hassle of getting all this insurance in place, but you better not file one claim. You file one claim and it's through at renewal. That's why, like, the first thing a lot of these companies ask you for when you are trying to get renewals is your what they call those lost runs. Long story short, the lost runs basically will show them for any year, the beginning year that you got started. They might want to go back 3-4 years of lost runs, which means 3-4 years of you having insurance to see if you have had any claims. So between checking your driving record and checking your previous insurance policies, that will determine how you would get treated once they submit that number to you, man. Hey, how you doing, man? Good, man. All right, all right. Oh, shit. Yeah, so I just came over here to kill a little bit of time, man, at the Gunslinger. Not the Gunslinger, that's the what's the name of their merch? They're at the Outlaw Cigar Lounge. Just gonna hang out right here for a minute. Got about 2.5 hours before I'm due to be at the shipper. Extremely fast with the loading over here as well. Only thing is, when you make this left and go down and you swing another left, you just don't know how many trucks is going to be lined up, that you either going to have an easy docking or you're going to have to squeeze between two other trucks, which I haven't had any problems doing that. But you know, when it's less trucks, it's always much better. That way the other person don't have to be sitting up in his truck wondering, holding his breath if you're gonna tear off a bumper. But I am the type of person, I will get out and look. I'm not in my ego, man. It's better safe than sorry. That's one thing about the insurance. You know, you don't want no claims like that because you done backed into somebody. You know, you can save yourself a major headache by simply just getting out and taking a look. Let's see, man. So I swing this way, there's gonna be a million noses out there, or it's not too bad. They got me in door 18. Yep, so it's all good. 18 is clear. Going into 18, boys. See if we can get him in there. One shot. Get these tandems to the rear where they prefer them to be. So I'm in the door just waiting it out. But yeah, just want to have this conversation with you guys about trucking insurance. I mean, these people have gave me such an incredible price. I've actually even got them, you know, working. She said she was going to send it over to the underwriters to try and get me some coverage for the day cab, for my day cab, the Bumblebee, because peak season is approaching. I did extremely well last year hauling local in Los Angeles for Amazon. I actually don't know how it's going to be this year with all these tariffs in place, but last year went crazy. But I was doing it in Black Dog and maneuvering through Los Angeles County with this long nose in front of me. I'm really not looking forward to that. So if I can get a good quote to get some coverage on the Bumblebee, I will be hauling some freight locally with that truck, you know. But up until then, it's been extremely too high to have insurance and be able to pay a driver, and just with the rates the way they are, that's the reason why that truck is just sitting as of now. Another thing that I like about 10-4 Insurance is how they offer you a roadside assistance with the policy, which I thought was phenomenal. Look like you get up to about 3 calls per year, which is cool. You know, you're really not looking forward to having to ever call them, but to have access and reaching out to them for 3 different calls is pretty good. I don't know how it actually works, if hopefully I don't have to find out. So, but you do get roadside assistance. You also get a windshield, 1 windshield per year. I done already got a little small chip in this thing, man, riding behind them rock throwing dump trucks. Got that repaired down in Texas. But you know, when you out here, all kind of debris is being kicked up by cars and other trucks, and you never know when you may need another windshield. Another thing that I really commend them on is the streamlined onboarding. Not a lot of paperwork. Everything was done through DocuSign. Send them over a void company check. You know, they can withdraw the payments monthly, automatic deduction. Everything went smooth, man. I don't have anything negative to say about 10-4 Truck Insurance. If you don't believe me, go over to their website, go on Google Maps, put their address in. They're a company out there in Iowa. It's very rare that you see companies, when you look at the reviews, that are pretty much all 5-star, all of them. And I'm a firm believer, you know, shout out to all the guys who made mention of this company on YouTube, because had I not been watching them, I would have never known about 10-4 Trucking Insurance. So I'm glad I'm in bed with them. You won't be let down as well. You know, give them a call if you're looking for trucking insurance or getting ready to get your own authority. Just reach out to Jessica I'll drop her number down here in the screen, and she'll get all your questions answered, and you can go from there.